Let me try to turn my Wi-Fi on. Hold on, let me try to turn my Wi-Fi on.
All right, go for it.
There we
Go
go.
for it.
I say I'm a rapper slash baker. You know, I got my own baking business.
Oh, you do? That's what's up. I just knew you as a rapper. I didn't know you had another hustle, man. We'll definitely get into that. Well, my first, for the folks out there who are unfamiliar with the flow of the show, we do a few intro questions just to set the tone, a little warm up, and then we get into the main meat of the interview, where you choose a number between 1 and 34, and we'll get the conversation rolling like in that way. You down with that, Pop?
Let's do it.
For sure. I hope you don't mind me calling you Pop, just because, you know, instead
No,
of
it's good. That's P.O.P. It's the same thing, you know.
Yeah. No doubt. All right. Well, yeah. You said my first question for most of my guests is, how have you been? You know, this year's been kind of crazy, so it's like you've been doing well. You've been going through it. How you been, Pop?
You know, I be having my ups and downs, you know what I mean? But I keep a smile on my face, you know what I mean? I know this pandemic, it messed a lot of people up, but you know what I mean? You gotta stay checking in on your family, your friends, you know what I mean? The people that you care about, and make sure they cool, you know what I mean? As long as they cool, and on my side, I'm good, you know what I mean? Cause I know, I pray to God, you know what I mean? When I pray to God, I know after I say my amen, he answered all my prayers, you know what I mean? I pray for everybody, because at one point in time, I didn't know how to pray for myself.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. You know, people have a lot of struggles, and it's we got to count our blessings, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So I know you, when you signed up, you said you wanted to talk about your music career. So let's start off with that. Tell me more. When did you get started?
Well, I've been rapping since like '92, but I took it serious like about like, I'd say roughly about like, I took it serious about like in 2000. Like at first I just was, you know, just messing around, me and a few of the friends, you know what I mean, just messing around, but I didn't take it serious. But I started getting a lot of feedback. People was liking what I was saying. People was telling me like, man, you should do this, you know. So me and one of my cousins, we started a group called CNT Mafia, stand for Cash Network Team. So we started doing that, you know what I mean? We did that. He ended up putting out a solo album, and I was featured on the album with a couple songs, you know. So then I ended up catching a little federal case, you know. I did my time, came home, and I dropped my own project, you know.
Yeah.
So now I'm working on so right now the first project I dropped of my own, it was called Touching Block Money, you know. That came out like 2 years ago. I was hand in hand selling them CDs, you know, like down by the Pier 39, downtown San Francisco and stuff. So now I'm working on my second album, and the second album is called Down on My Luck, you know. That's my new hit single, Down on My Luck. You can find that on YouTube. Just type in P.O.P. Down on My Luck. You know what I mean? So I'm in the process of trying to get, I was talking to this young man today, I'm about to shoot a video probably in the next month or so, probably before then, you know what I mean? Like, try to shoot a song. The video I'm gonna shoot is it's called Black Heart. I'm basically talking about how I lost a lot of friends and families to the streets and health issues and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And that song as well is on YouTube too. It's called P.O.P. That song is called P.O.P. Black Hearted, you know.
Black Hearted. For sure. What inspired you to start rapping? Like what? Yeah. Start there.
My big brother, you know, my big brother Ty, he got his own record label, What Are We That Records, you know. My mama had bought him a karaoke machine, and you know, that was the first person I heard play instrumentals of other people's music, you know. So he's like, he was rapping. I'm like, let me do this. So I started rapping, and my brother was like, I like that. Like, you really know what you're saying? I'm like, all right. Then he started letting people hear it, because he recorded with the, you know, back in the day, you used to record like one radio play the beat and you rap it to the other radio, you know. So he's letting people hear it and stuff. And people was like, that's your little brother? Like, yeah, that's my little brother. So people would see me like, bust a rap for me, I give you $1, bust a rap, I give you $1. I just bust a rap and they give me $1. You know, sometimes I used to be like, I didn't even want their dollars, because I had my own dollars from saving the dollars from the day before, you know?
Yeah. Who would you say is your influences when it comes to your style?
I gotta say, freeway, Rick. Freeway. From Philadelphia Freeway.
Yeah.
Freeway Rick. Yeah, that's what I like it. I like him. I like him. I like this. He's one of my partners, but his name's Spain G. I like him. He's nice. You know what I mean? And my cousin who I started the group with, CNT, he's nice as well. You know what I mean? To me, it's like they bring the best out of me. You know what I mean? Like even when it comes to freestyle and art writing, they like bring the best out of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt. You originally from the city?
Yeah, I'm from San Francisco, born and raised. I'm from Sunnydale Housing Projects.
That's what's up. I was gonna ask. So where do you want to take your music? Like where do you want your music to take you? Like what's your vision for yourself?
Well, for my music, I want to see I don't want to say the top because everybody not able to go to the top, but I want to reach my levels that people that feel my music, I want them to make it where they want me to be at. You know what I mean? Because I can say the top, but ain't no guarantee that I'll be at the top. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I want the public that listen to my music be like, oh, I want him. He should be right here. He should be right there. I want the critics to tell me where I should be at. You know what I mean? Because that's what I do it for. You know what I mean? I also do music, my own personal therapy about things that I went through, things that I've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. So that's what you would normally say. What you write about is your experiences.
90% of the music I write about is my experience. The other 10% is about stuff I done seen or somebody like 2 or 3 people told me a story that sounds something familiar, and I just put my little twist on it. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I won't actually say their name, but I'll mention something about that person that I don't even know, and that person knows. Like I mentioned something like for example, I might mention like Tony the Tiger might say it's great, but I might just say Tony the Tiger, you know what I mean? But he didn't know I'm talking about him because he don't know what name. Tony the Tiger, his slogan is great, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you. For yourself, what is your favorite bar that you've come up with? Just the first one that comes to mind. I know there's a lot, but the first one. Yeah.
My first one of my favorite bars that I said, thug in the public can't get in the club because I'm dressed like a thug in. They can't let you in the club when you dress like a thug, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't get into a hood club like that, but then you gotta look over your shoulder, you know what I mean? You wanna go to a nice club, you gotta put it together.
Gotta get that button up and the dress shoes.
Bottoms, that collar shirt and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Basically your Sunday best.
Basically, I never thought about it that way, but you're right. You gotta kind of it's like your Sunday best for sure. Let me ask you, what's your favorite hidden spots in the city? Since you're from the city, honestly, man, I'm one of those folks that I don't think I've discovered the entire city. So put me on something. Well,
my favorite spot, I want to say the hood, but everybody say they hood, so I'm not gonna say my hood. But shout out to the hood, though, you know what I mean. But my favorite spot in the city is, I gotta say, right there by Galileo High School, like right behind there, it's like a little duck off spot where you can go just sit and look at the water and stuff. You know what I mean? I do a lot of my writing down there. You know what I mean? Just to clear my mind as well and write something down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you. Now, I'm curious about the bacon, man. Tell me the story behind that.
Well, back in 2011, me and my granny, we had started baking, giving the little kids at church and stuff, like cupcakes and slices of cakes and stuff. So I'm like, so then we was doing it, and then people was like, "Are y'all selling this stuff?" We was like, "No, we giving it away." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then one day my granny made some cupcakes. I'm like, so we was walking to the bus stop. We didn't have a car at the time, so we was walking to the bus stop, and the bus driver was like, "What y'all got in that cooler?" So my granny was like, "It's cupcakes in there." And he's like, "Cupcakes? How much are they?" So my granny like, $1. She's like, "What kind?" So my granny told me what kind we had. I believe we had watermelon that day, root beer float, cotton candy, and some normal chocolate cupcakes. So he like, give me 2 of each one. So he paid my granny, and then he was on his break before he got ready to take off. He was on his break when we sold him the cupcakes. And he ate one of the cupcakes. She was like, these cupcakes only $1? And she was like, yeah. She like, are these homemade? He was like, yeah. And then he was like, I gotta give y'all more than $1 for these cupcakes. Then we like people at the church was like, y'all need to make flyers, y'all need to make business cards and stuff like that. So we went on ahead and got on the computer and like designed a little flyer. So my granny got it printed out and stuff. And we was passing them around the area that we was living in Oakland at the time, and it was like people was calling us and stuff. Like the biggest order we did was 15 dozens, and that took us 9.5 hours. But then like my granny passed away, so she crashed away. So I just kept on doing it, you know what I mean? But I wasn't trying to sell. I was just doing it just to have something to do, like keep my mind focused, and So I moved back to San Francisco, and I was like, I want something sweet. So I walked to the bus stop because I didn't have a car. So I got ready to get on the bus, and the bus was coming. And I'm like, and I heard my granny voice. She was like, if you don't go in that kitchen and bake you something. So I came to the house. I had everything except some baking powder. And a lady that lived in the building I lived in, I'm like, you have some baking powder? I'm like, I don't mean that. Do you have some baking powder? She's like, yeah. So what you want to bake? I'm like, I'm going to bake a cake. And I made a cake and I gave her a slice of it. She said, now, what store you bought this cake from? I said, no, I made it. She said, no, I gotta come look at your kitchen. So she came in the kitchen. She said, all the dishes that I used and everything. She was like, boy, you need to start selling this stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my granny's dream alive and keep selling cupcakes and stuff. I'm gonna show you something. Look,
yeah, go
look,
for it.
Look, I got cupcakes right here that I got icing.
Oh shit, man!
I got cupcakes right here.
Yo, how can I cop some of those?
I'll shoot you my. I got an Instagram for my baking business. The name of the Instagram is Let Me Bump Your Cake. You feel me? But we'll put it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's called Let Me Bump Your Cake.
Yeah, because I do cakes.
Yeah.
I do bump cakes with the hole in the middle. You know what I mean?
That's that's a dope name, man.
So like I just started doing alcohol infused cupcakes. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! You get drunk off those?
Yeah, the drink be like in a little tube thing, and you can either squeeze it in the alcohol in the cupcake, or you can take the shot of the drink, then eat the cupcake, however you want. You know what I mean?
I got you. For sure.
You don't want to pick the alcohol in the batter because alcohol burns out on heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean.
But
yeah,
if we're together, I get you some. It's no problem, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That sounds dope. Let me ask you, what's your favorite cupcake that you make?
My Apple Jacks cupcake. Apple Jacks is one of my favorite cereals, and when I tried to do it as a cupcake, I was like, God damn, like you didn't really showed out on this. I like my Apple Jacks cupcake, and I like my watermelon cupcake. The watermelon cupcake, that's one of Granny favorites. You know what I mean? And once that thing tastes like watermelon. You know what I mean? Like it's like a summer day in your mouth. You feel me?
Yeah, man. I don't think I've ever heard of watermelon cupcakes. When you mentioned that earlier, I was like, what? I mean, I'm not gonna ask you what your secret is, but that's crazy. That's crazy.
Tell that.
You shouldn't. Unless you want to pass that on to the next generation of your family to keep the dream alive.
I'm gonna give it to my son. You feel me? I'm gonna give it to my son. If I have more kids from there, I'm gonna give it to them. You know what I mean? But I ain't selling it. I'm gonna tell them when I give it to them, this is your granny, this is your great grandmama recipe. You better not sell it. I don't give a damn how broke you be. This recipe right here will get you back rich.
Yeah, man. I mean, so right now you're just selling them online? There's no like
No. I go out and stuff. You know what I mean? Like go around and like make it on the bus or the bar with my little cooler and ask people they like to purchase a cupcake. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I'm not afraid to go out there and hustle. You know what I mean? Like go out there and get it. That's an honest living. You know what I mean? It's better than going out there pushing the old lady or pushing the old man over, or sticking a gun in some young dude's face trying to get their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt, man. So similar to the question about your music, what's your vision for your baking?
Well, my vision for my baking is basically like one day open my own establishment.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Open my own establishment, you know. I see it happening. I just gotta pick the footwork in, you know what I mean? I just gotta pick the footwork in.
And sometimes you gotta just get your cupcakes in the hands of the right people, you know?
Yeah.
People who got those connections.
It's so crazy because I think it was like 2012 or 2013. Me and my granny had made some. Tyler Perry was at the Paramount Theater, so my granny had emailed him talking about, I want to bless you and your cast with cupcakes. And he emailed it back like, well, ma'am, I'm not supposed to buy food off you guys and everything. She's like, no, I don't want to buy them. I just want to give them to you guys. So he emailed it back like, come pick up 2 tickets to the show. So when we came to pick up the 2 tickets to the show, my granny thought that he was just supposed to pick the tickets up, but that's it. So when we went to go pick the tickets up, Tyler Perry came out dressed as Madea, like, now what you got in them cupcakes?
What? Wow.
And my granny blessed him and his cast. I think he came out to play Medea's on the Run. My granny gave him 4.5 dozens for him and the cast of the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. My granny took pictures with him and everything. I didn't want to take a picture with him because I'm like, if I want to take a picture with you, I want to see you dressed as Tyler Perry, not as Madea, you know?
yeah. I got you.
And I respect that man hustle though. You know, you gotta get it how you live. You know what I mean? But like I read an article. He said the reason he dressed as that character because it reminds him of his grandmother and his mother. You know what I mean? So you gotta respect that hustle. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own hustle.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Hey, everybody got their own flavor too. You know, what's it called? But yeah, man, thank you for those stories. That was thank you for opening up and sharing, man. That was great. Man. And I definitely want to cop some cupcakes, man. So we'll definitely link up after this.
Off top.
All right, well, just to keep the interview pushing forward, man, I got an icebreaker for you, which is a 1-word spelling bee. Feel free to participate. Feel free to pass. No pressure. But you down for it?
Let's do it. I answer best as I can.
Yeah, no worries, man. So your word is guarantee, like money back guarantee.
Guaranteed. I'll pass on that one.
All right. No worries, man. It's all good. So we'll just jump into the warm-up questions.
Okay.
The first question is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
Well, I like the audience to know about me. I'm a very humble guy, you know what I mean? I stay in my own lane. I ain't out there with the riffraff, you know what I mean? I used to be when I was younger, you know what I mean? But as the time went by, I went on ahead and became a man, you know what I mean? Instead of a block man, I became a man, you know what I mean? Let me break down what I mean as a block man. A block man is somebody scared to leave their neighborhood, even if it's just go get something to eat. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. I'm not a block man, I'm a man. I feel in my heart, I can go in any neighborhood and be able to say hello to someone without somebody like, where you from, homie, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Or that's P.O.P from Sunnyvale, like, we tripping, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a man now. I don't need Sunnydale to stand as the man. I stand as the man on my own now, you know what I mean?
I see, man. Yeah. Where do you think that block man mentality, came from?
The environment. It came from the community I was living in, you know what I mean? Like, as when I was growing up, all I saw was dope, guns, fast cars, and police. And I wanted all of that except the police, you know what I mean? I wanted all that, so I was out there at a young age doing this and that and other to get a few dollars in my pocket besides rapping for people to get $1, you know what I mean? But once the feds came in and moved in, they told me they gave me the time that they gave me. It didn't scare me. It made me become a better man for myself and become a better father for my son. You know what I mean? I can't tell my son not to hang on this corner, but when he get out of school, I'm hanging on the corner. I tell him not to hang on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so that made me I had to really like stand up, pull my pants up, tuck my shirt in, tighten my belt, and become a man.
For sure.
Because that block man ain't gonna lead you nowhere but behind the wall or in the grave, you know what I mean? And then when you in the grave, you don't even know that you was a block man. You're just gonna be memories to your friends. And all they gonna do, they might throw a barbecue the day you died, the 1 year anniversary you died, may smoke a blunt on your birthday, and that's it. And how long do that last? 1 year apiece? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They love you when you here, out of sight, out of mind. That's the homie, that's my dog. But I gotta live life, you know what I mean? They gonna go on with their life because they gotta continue. They rep as being that block man.
Yeah. So you had talked about, we'll get into that a little further down in the interview. But my second question for you is, if someone were to pay a tribute to you, like, how would you like to be honored? If I was gonna say, today I'm gonna do something in the honor of Pop, what could I do for you?
Go feed the homeless.
Go feed the homeless?
I feed the homeless. I work with an organization called Us for Us. You know what I mean? Shout out to Uncle Dang. You know what I mean? I've been knowing that man 20-some years, you know? So I work with him, but then sometimes the days that he's not out here feeding the homeless, I take upon myself and go out and feed the homeless, you know what I mean? Because I'm 30 seconds away from being homeless myself. Not literally, but I see, when I look at them, I tell myself, that can be me out there, you know what I mean? That can literally be me.
Yeah, man, I'll be thinking the same thing. So, like, I guess, how do you feel about, when I think there's folks out there who are like, oh, you shouldn't give money to the homeless or anything like that. You feel the same way, and that's why you instead of money you kind of give your cupcakes, not cupcakes but food.
No, it's like when I'm out there, if I see a homeless person, you ask me for some change or anything. Don't get me wrong. I look at the person's demeanor first, because some people that's become homeless because they don't want to worry about paying no bills. Some people become homeless because they really down on their luck, you know what I mean? And when you give them the money, it's not that you giving them the money to worry about what they're going to get. You give them from your heart. If your heart tells you to give. Don't worry. It don't matter if they take your money and walk right across the street and buy a piece of crack, go buy a beer. You gave from your heart. They did what they did with the money, but next time I can't give this person no money. They're gonna go do the same thing. You know what I mean? So you gotta give from your heart. You know what I mean? Like, cause God loves a cheerful giver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's in the church or on the streets. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it don't matter. It don't matter what they do. If you give it from your heart. You're not giving the judge what they're going to get your money.
Yeah. How do you think people need to kind of get over that judgment? Because I have your perspective on it as far as giving from the heart, and for you that's like a pure thing. It's hard to see them use that money for something that's not something you'd want them to do, but so how do you think people could get over that kind of judging?
Well, how they can get over that is by looking at it as, they want somebody to judge them if they was asking somebody for some change, you know what I mean? Even growing up, you might go to shop the homie or whoever, but let me hold it down until we get back to the house. You're not panhandling, but you asking for something, you know what I mean? Although you have intention on giving it back, and people out there, they don't have intention on giving it back, you know what I mean? And you don't know what their intention on doing with it. You gotta give, like I said, you gotta give from your heart, you know what I mean? You can't be quick to judge, you know what I mean? You can't be quick to judge, because when you point one finger at somebody, you got 3 other fingers pointing back at you. If you want to add your thumb, it's 3 fingers in the thumb pointing back at you.
I got you. Yeah. I feel you. My third question for you is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
Honestly, I gotta say about a 7.5. I'm a work in progress. You know what I mean? I'm still working on myself day to day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In that case, what would you say is your favorite thing about your personality?
I'm a people's person. I'm not afraid to go into a crowd and speak to people, you know what I mean? Like, if I see a crowd of people, I'm not gonna walk on, try to mug y'all. I'm gonna say, how y'all doing, you know what I mean? Look, try to look most of y'all in y'all eyes and let y'all know that I stand as a man, you know what I mean? Like, how y'all doing, you know what I mean? Like, maybe extend my hand at the first person I say hello to see what his reaction may be, you know what I mean? Just, you can, like I said, you can walk into a crowd and just say hello to everybody. Out that whole crowd, somebody's gonna nod their head or say, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just out of respect. Just because you come in respect, you just not walking through the crowd thinking you tough. You like coming through the crowd like, you may say, excuse me, how you doing, or whatever the case may be. They gonna respect you. You spoke.
Yeah. You got. I mean, for me, like the way I approach it, I try to come with a smile, you know, just to show it's like it's all good.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Where did you think that came from for you? Like, when did you realize that you were a people person?
Watching how my daddy interact with people. You know what I mean? My dad always told me, keep your head high and don't be afraid to say hello. You know what I mean? Extend a hand, meet a friend. You know what I mean? Instead of shaking a hand, meet a friend, extend a hand and meet a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's funny, man. My pops is the same way. I think that's how I got my people person trait too. Is, you know, like my pops always he's the friendly dude. You know, he'll ask somebody how they doing, or any cashier, any like, you know, random stranger. He always tries to chop it up with them. So man, I feel you, man. All right. Well, we made it to the main portion of the podcast where you start choosing a number between 1 and 34. I will tell you that there's 3 levels, A, B, and C. Basically, harder questions, medium, and then easy questions. So what you need to do is just choose like A14 or B12 or whatever like level and number you want to choose.
Okay.
So, throw me your first number.
B12.
B12. All right. So, this question is: do you feel like a grown-up?
Yeah, I can say I do.
Yeah.
I can say I do.
You know, some people feel like they're a kid at heart, but that's no longer the case for you.
Well, should you put it that way? I feel I'm a grown-up, but I feel I still do. I'm not afraid to get on the carpet or on the floor to play G.I. Joes or Legos with one of my little cousins. You know what I mean? Because they may ask me to play it. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm too old to play that. Nah, you gonna ruin their day. You gonna hurt their little feelings. Man, get on down there and play with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. What do you think is the difference between a grown-up and or someone who doesn't feel like a grown-up and a person who's a grown-up?
Well, you know, you got some people that may be old of age, like, you know, up in age. I ain't saying like senior citizen age. I'm talking about like, you know, you got people like, you know, maybe like me. I'm 41. You know what I mean? You got people up in age that may feel, oh, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass woman. I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to do that. No, you still got to answer to somebody, you know? You still got to answer to somebody.
I got you. Go ahead and throw me another number.
A3.
A3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. This one is kind of heavy, but how would you define depression?
How would I define depression? Well, I feel depression is basically like basically like you gotta just like how to like know how to deal, like the person that's going through depression, they deal with a lot, you know what I mean? They deal with a lot, you know what I mean? So they gotta know how to work their way out of the box, you know what I mean? Like smile a little bit, like you just said, smile a little bit and, you know, just stay focused, you know what I mean? The whole world not crashing down on you, you know what I mean? Stay prayed up and know that the whole world not crashing down on you, because there is I don't know who, but it is somebody out there to care, you know what I mean? If nobody ain't told you that they care, I'm gonna let you know. I don't even know you. I care about you. You know what I mean? Just know how to stay focused and fight your way out that box. To me, depression is like, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm suffering from depression." No, it's a mindset. You put yourself in a dark place. You know what I mean? Quit wearing hoods and beanies, putting yourself in these dark places in your head. You know what I mean? Take it off and let the sun shine and do what it do on your scalp. You know what I mean? On your hair, your braids, waves, or whatever. You know what I mean? But depression is real though. Depression is real though.
Yeah. When you were growing up, did it feel like people were taking that seriously, or have you seen that shift as you gotten older?
I've seen the shift. When I was younger, I didn't even hear too many people say nothing about depression. You know, I always heard people talking about, oh man, I ain't feeling it today. But it was never like a conversation like, oh, I'm going through depression, like how you hear about it today, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's like I hear and see the shift as I got older, you know what I mean?
No, I feel you, man. So I'm gonna throw you a curveball right now. I have some questions that are not a part of the 34. This one, this category is a fill in the blank. So choose a number between 1 and 7. 5. Life is all about blank.
To me, life is all about loving each other.
Tell me more. Like, why is that important?
Well, I say life is all about loving each other because there's so much hate going on today, you know what I mean? Don't nobody tell nobody they love them unless it's they significant other or it's they kid, you know what I mean? Like I called 2 of my partners the other day, they like, what's up, bro? I just called to tell you I love you, man, you know what I mean? Like, although we may not talk every day or whatever the case may be, I was just calling to tell you I love you, bro, you know what I mean? And it's like, I love you too, you know what I mean? But you know, it's more about, you gotta spread more love to receive abundant of love, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's possible for the world just focus on love?
That's a hard one. I'm gonna say no, because you know people have their own little insight on how they feeling, what they want to do, and how they gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell a person spread love instead of hate, but they gonna look at you like, who are you to dictate what I need to do? You know what I mean? Like, all right, bro, all right, whatever. Just to get you out their face, I'm all right, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? But I think the world today is scared to show more love. You know what I mean? This world is scared to show more love than what they showing to each other. You know what I mean?
Why you think they're scared?
They're afraid people gonna look down on them. Oh, like, you a sucker. Oh, man, you a mark. Come on, man. Like, you going out? No, you not. You just embracing what's actually in your heart. Love is in your heart. You know what I mean? Like they say, it's harder to make a frown than it is to smile. You know what I mean? Why mug me? You can just smile at me. If not smile at me, nod your head at me or extend your hand at me. You know what I mean? This world, like I said, this world will flip if everybody in this world will show love. Now, we taught love as a kid and how to love and who to love. But as we get older and go through certain trials and tribulations in life, that love becomes black-hearted, you know what I mean? Like, our heart become a stone because we feel everybody's out to get us. Everybody's plotting on us. Everybody watching me. Everybody pocket watching, or whatever the case may be. No, that's just you feeling that way. That man over there don't even know you. That lady over there don't even know you. Just show genuine love.
Yeah, no doubt. How do you give genuine love?
Just like how you said your dad do at the, if I'm going to the grocery store, if I'm walking by people I may not know, how y'all doing, you know what I mean? Like, good evening, good morning, you know what I mean? That's all, like, you know, sometimes you may walk past somebody and don't know how they feeling that day. They may be going through depression or maybe thinking about committing suicide. Yo, hello, good morning, or whatever it may be. May change their train of thought, like, oh, wait, that caught me off guard. Oh, how you doing? You know what I mean? That ain't mine somewhere else instead of what it was thinking about doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. On the flip side, how have you received love, you know?
Well, how I receive love, like, you know, like the community I live in now, people will come out. When I see people, they like when I first moved here, it's like I was saying hi to them first, and they're like, hey, how you doing, P.O.P? I'm like, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's like people say hello to me. People, like certain people be like, oh, I hear you baking. I want to bless your business. Here go $5 to buy some flour or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, thank you. I'm like, thank you. You ain't got to, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean? No, take it. This when I want to bless you and your business. You know what I mean? I'm like, thank you. Then so when they do that, like I go out and like they give me $5, I might go out and give away like 6 cupcakes when I make them. You know what I mean? If somebody bless me, that's time for me to bless somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pay it forward.
Yeah, I stand the hand, meet a friend. You know?
No doubt. Yeah. I'm curious, you ever done any events with your cupcakes or your baking yet? Like any farmers markets or I guess
not
you did.
Yet. I have not done it yet, but I have catered. I have catered since I've been doing it on my own. I have catered like 5 baby showers, a lot of birthdays, and I did 2 anniversaries. But it's like they just had me come drop them off, and they set it up how they was gonna set it off though. But I do have this lady did hit me on Instagram. She do want me to cater a birthday. She do want me to cater a birthday party in August. You know what I mean? She want me to set up and stay there and pass them out to the guests and stuff. You know what I mean? So that would be my first actual cater event. You know what I mean? Like where I'm actually staying there. Like I said, I did all the other things, but it was like bring them and deliver them. They set up how they gonna set it up. But this lady actually want me to stay there and be a guest at the party thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That sounds dope, man. You excited?
I'm very excited. I went out and bought me some containers that I can carry the cupcakes in. You know what I mean? Like not the containers I just showed, but I got these carrier containers where I can. You know what I mean? Like they bigger. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Are you gonna have like a whole like chef kind of outfit, or you just go? I just went to Ceremony Mall yesterday. They had them print me out a shirt, and it said, and they got my name on it. It says, "Let me bump your cake," and they got a picture of one of my cupcakes on there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to Michael's and give me an apron, but and have them decorate the apron like with cupcakes and cakes and stuff. You know what I mean? So, I got you.
I'm about to really get equipped before the day pop up on me, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely get on it, man. I think, you're getting all this love from your baking. You're doing something right. And, it's I think as long as you keep showing up and like putting a face to the product and bringing that energy, I feel like you got a really good vibe. People gonna eat that up, man. Is it all solo for you, or you got a team?
I do all my baking by myself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? My mom, before my mom's died, she taught me how to cook. She like, I don't mind you going outside, but you can learn how to cook. So in case you meet a young lady that don't know how to cook, you know how to cook your own food. And my granny showed me how to bake. You know what I mean? In case you want something sweet, go in there and bake it yourself.
Man, that's dope.
I'm not afraid to learn, you know what I mean? Especially if it's something that's going to help me in the long run. So why not? You know what I mean? We all got to eat. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. We all got a sweet tooth. You know what I mean? Instead of going to give the corner store the money, just buy the stuff that you was going to buy at the corner store and come back home and make it yourself. You know what I mean? 90% of the stuff they make at these hostess and all that stuff, you can make that stuff at home. You know what I mean? All you got to have to do is the ingredients and the recipe. And you can make more of it. So when you want it again, you'll have it, then just have to go back to the store and spend like another $2 on the hostess cupcake. You can make 24 cupcakes, you know what I mean? And have what you want them.
Man, that's something I struggle with. I'm not a cook, nor do I bake. I guess I'm a lazy dude, man. To be honest, when it comes to cooking, I'll eat food cold before I'll even like think about heating it up. That's how lazy I am when it comes to food.
Come on.
Yeah. That's just me though. That's just me.
Hey, I feel it.
But
and the microwave be right there. The microwave be right there by the refrigerator when you take it out too.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be right there. But I'm like, man, I can't wait a minute. This food's good already.
I know it tastes like hot, so it's gonna be better cold.
Yeah, it's a little different. But let me ask you, what's your favorite thing about baking and cooking? Like, how does it make you feel?
My favorite thing about baking and cooking is the reaction on people's face when they taste the food. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can, food sells with sight. You know what I mean? Like a person see, oh, that look good. So then when they taste it, that smile or that little dance or whatever case they may do, that lets you know they enjoy what you offered them or what you sold them or what you know what I mean?
So you like that reaction of like, oh shit, this is bomb as fuck, you know?
Yeah. Like the cotton candy cupcakes I do, like I can do a cotton candy cupcake or a cake. It's like I sold one to this guy, right? He opened it right then. He like, I'm gonna try it right here. So I'm like, you ain't got no knife. I ain't gonna get a good piece. He broke a piece off with his hand. And then he was like, he was eating. He was looking at me. I'm seeing his mouth smile. Like, I'm like, okay. He's like, man, this hella good. Like, he like, man, you got this thing tasting really like cotton candy. I'm like, one thing about me when I bake something, I try to get you the flavor from the cupcake to the icing. You know what I mean? To the toppings. You know what I mean?
So like a watermelon cupcake is from the cake to the icing is all watermelon. Like that's
all watermelon. Melts in your mouth like butter.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Yeah. I'm gonna. Like you selling tomorrow? I might have to pick some up tomorrow, man.
well, actually, if you want some, I can make some tonight for you, and they'll be ready for you tomorrow.
Let me give you some time. I don't want you to feel like you rushed during the time crunch or nothing like that. But maybe next week, next Friday, if that's cool with you.
It's all good. What I would do is when we get off here, this on Instagram, just DM your number and we just take it from there.
No, that sounds good, man. That sounds good. Well, let me ask you right now. What are your prices like for like a dozen? You know.
My cupcakes are $2 a piece, but since you my peoples, you know what I mean. Just give me 20. You my peoples.
Right on, man. Right on. So, yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. I'm curious, man. How many flavors you got? Cause it sounds like you do a lot.
I got about like 44 flavors.
44 flavors of cupcakes?
44 flavors.
Oh, shit. Yeah, have you thought of doing any, THC or special cupcakes?
For 420, I made some Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats.
How'd that go?
I just got them to people I know that indulge in the 420 stuff. I wasn't even trying to say because that was my first time doing it like that, you know what I mean? So I was giving to people. People was like, God damn, I didn't even have to smoke all day. Because the butter that I used, it was 23.7 milligrams.
23.7? I don't know how that correlates,
that was like the THC level in the butter, 23.7.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah. People was like, I didn't even have to smoke this fucking Rice Krispie. You know what I mean?
For sure. Well, similar to the question about the baking, how does working on music make you feel?
I enjoy it, you know what I mean, because I get to hear myself, and I get to hear myself I can hear myself what I'm saying, and it's like a therapy. Like I said, it's like a therapy. Like I can be like, okay, like I was feeling this day when I wrote this. I was feeling this day when I wrote that. You know what I mean? Like I can vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like I can vibe to my own self. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, like I don't know if you know the guy. He's from Sunnydale as well. I have a song with the guy named El Cheddar. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like when I went, like after we did the song, I'm like, okay. So I went back and listened to it as a viewer. Like I listened to the song as like a person that just enjoyed music. I was like, wow, this is really a nice song. Like, you know what I mean? And I let the guy who I record from. You know what I mean? I record at the guy TC studio. He's a famous engineer out of San Francisco. He did a lot of music with RBL, Cool Nut, rest in peace, Totally Insane, and all them people, you know what I mean? Like, so I record at his house to this day, you know what I mean? I record at his house every Wednesday. I'm in the studio every Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Shit. Yeah.
So when I be letting him hear my ideas about what I have, my concepts of songs and stuff, he'd be like, sometimes he'd be like, yeah, I like that P.O.P. or you need to switch it like this, you know what I mean? I like engineers that talk back to you when you talk to them. Don't let you just, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, you know what I mean? Like, if you got an input like you think this sound better, tell me, you know what I mean? I'm willing to tell me what's going on, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Because like sometimes when you hear it, it's just a different perspective, you know?
Yeah.
You need another ear to hear you. Well, let me ask you, what does P.O.P. stand for?
Pulling out pistols.
Pulling out pistols. All right.
That was my motto when I was a hothead before, when I was a block man. My whole thing was, you disrespect me or someone that I consider as my family, my friend, or something like that, I'm whipping out.
I got you. Yeah. You're protecting, you know, protector. Yeah.
But now P.O.P. stand for power of prayer, you know what I mean? I'd rather pray for you than put one in you. You know what I mean?
I got you. Would you say you're more religious or spiritual? I think there's a difference between those. Do you think so?
I would say I'm more spiritual, you know what I mean? I would say I'm more spiritual. Because God deals with your spiritual side, you know what I mean?
I see. Do you think there's a difference between those two? Like being religious and being spiritual?
It is, but it's not, because, you know, it's like I said, it is, but it's not. It's just, you just gotta know how to tap in with it when it's time to tap in with it, basically, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, like I tell people, when God talks to you, I don't know what tone of voice he may use to you or you. I had to ID that voice when he spoke to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and all my life, I was like, man, I'm not worried about church, man, okay. I kept, and I didn't actually, not in real life, I kept running, but not physically running. But then I had to realize, every time I got tired, he was like, I'm right here, son. I'm right here. So I take off running again. But then I had to remember, they say God lives in our heart. So I was like, how can I outrun something that's already in me? It's best for me to embrace it, you know what I mean? And go with it. But what I'm trying to work on, I'm in the process of trying to work on writing a religious, a spiritual song. I mean, I'm trying to write a spiritual song, but it ain't came to me yet. I prayed for it, but right now, don't get me wrong, my music is still street level music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what people deal with on a daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it'll come to you, man. You know, the inspiration is when you're looking for it. I mean, you know, when you express yourself, things gotta happen for you to for those words to come to you, right? So just keep living. Just a heads up, man, we're blowing by this conversation, and you know, I just want to say thank you again for coming on and, you know, sharing your story. It's great. It's been great to meet you. Let me tell you that.
The pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity, man.
No worries. Let's try to knock out one more number before we get to the concluding questions. Go for it.
Let's go. You said A, B, and C, right?
A, B, and C. Yeah.
I ain't touched C yet. Let's go C34.
C34. So you know how there's different cliques in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which clique were you a part of? Were you a jock? Were you
when I was in high school, I hung with the guys from Sunnydale. If you wasn't from Sunnydale, I wasn't hanging with you.
I got you.
When I was in high school, I was a block young man. You know what I mean? So everything was focused on the block. Like, if you wasn't from Sunnydale, don't say hi, don't walk past me, or none of that. I don't even want to get to know you. You know what I mean? Even in class, when I was in high school, I promise I had not one class with nobody from Sunnydale but I still was letting every dude in there know, oh, I'm from Sunny, I'm P.O.P from Sunnydale. Basically, I was itching to start some shit that never started, you know what I mean?
I see, yeah. I see, we coming from two different worlds, man. So I didn't approach my high school like life like that. So for you, would you do anything different, or I mean, like you said, everything kind of happens for a reason, but if you were to go back, what would you tell your high school self basically?
Sit back and let the teacher teach.
I gotcha. Was there any teachers that kind of stood out to you, or tried to reach out more than most?
It was, but it wasn't a high school teacher. It was a middle school teacher. His name, I was going to Visitation Valley Middle School, which is right up the street from Sunnydale. It was my middle school math teacher. His name was Mr. Adair. He used to always tell me, I'm not going to call you P.O.P. That ain't on your birth certificate. But if you let me teach you something, I'm going to show you that you can be able to do it. And I wasn't trying to hear that, but then as the time went by, I used to tell people in class, shut up and let him teach. You know what I mean? Because he was breaking it down to me like, okay, you don't want to do it in the word problem? You say you got money in your pocket, right? Take the money out and do the math problem with the money in your hand. I bet you enjoy doing math. So after I figured out how to do it with the money, the actual physical money, I was like, man, this man on this shit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was kind of hurt when I heard he passed away, you know what I mean? Like, we went on a summer break and we came back to school and the principal just came in the class like, well, Mr. Adair passed. I was kind of hurt, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, this dude told me how to do math, man. Like, come on, man, like, he ain't gone, like.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, and for that to happen while you were still going to school there.
Yeah, but we ain't got no control over when God want to call somebody home. You know what I mean? But to this day, I appreciate that man because I love doing math to this day. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's gonna help you with your business too, man. And with other stuff. So definitely keep doing that math. I lost that talent. I'm no longer good with numbers. But
it's like you didn't lose it. You just ain't tap back into it. That's all.
That's true. And that kind of goes against my lazy side. I'm not lazy doing this podcast, but I get lazy with other things. So it's just stuff we got to work on.
I think it was like about like 3 months ago or something. Someone called me to ask them to make them a cake. I'm like, okay. I'm like, when you want it? They told me that they want it. I never started the cake. I was that lazy that day. I just wanted to sit back and chill. You feel me? I didn't want to be bothered. I just was like, and then when she called me, like, is it ready? I'm like, you know something? I didn't even start. I apologize. I didn't even start it.
Yeah, I mean, that's good you owned up to it though. Some people would lie. People be like, oh yeah, it's ready, or it's almost ready.
So 2 days later, I went on here and made the cake for her. The event already passed, but I went on here and made the cake for her and just gave it to her. Like, I apologize. I was in my own personal head, didn't want to do nothing. So here's the cake that you wanted, and you ain't gotta pay me for it.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. That's a good way to go about it, man. Like, 'cause I definitely had those moments where I, was a little more like in my own head, but that's a good way. Just like whatever was asked, just deliver and just let them know that you're sorry. Like, that's something I'm gonna try to carry on for sure. Well, all right, man. We made it to the concluding portion of the interview. This next question is actually from my previous guest. I've been trying to find a way to connect my guests together. So this one's a little more lighthearted. All it is if you haven't had dinner, what are you having for dinner?
Well, I stopped eating all type of meat. Right? I have not ate no meat in 33 days. So tonight for dinner, I'm having me a bean and cheese burrito from Food Co.
I got you. Damn, no meat at all. How's that changed been for you?
It's basically like it been good. It's been actually good because it's like it's like no health issues or anything. I just challenge myself and see could I do it. And like I told myself I was gonna do it for 30 days. It been 33. Actually, it been 33 days. It been 33 days today. And it's like I'm afraid to go back to eating meat because I don't know how my body's gonna take it. You know what I mean? I told myself if I do go back to eat meat, I'm just gonna cut out all red meat. But I'm like, okay, I don't know how my body reacts to a piece of chicken, a piece of fish, or anything like that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try for 60 days. So if I can do it for 60 days, I'm just gonna cut out all meat.
It's gonna be a lifestyle change, like permanently.
Yeah, if I can do these 60 days, it's a lifestyle change. I'm not gonna become a vegan or anything. I'm gonna say forget meat. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know, we would have never ate meat if we was never fed meat as a kid. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Yeah. And think about it that way. You know, I'm Filipino, so there's meat in our diet, like crazy meat in our diet, and it's hard for me to get away from that. But my next question for you is, what would you like to ask the next person on the show? What question?
Okay, what would I like to ask the next person on the next show? What have you done for somebody else? What have you done for somebody else nice?
I got you. Well, I'm definitely curious what that next person's gonna say. And
okay.
My last question for you, Pop, is what would you like your descendants to know about you? Think, you know, your great grandchildren, 500 years from now. What would you want them to know about you?
Know about me?
Yeah.
That I'm not afraid to go get it on my own.
For sure. What's that mean?
What I mean by that is like I'm not afraid to go out there and make it on my own lane, like stay in my own lane and figure it out, like and go out and go out and start my own business or go out and try to. Like I don't need to push. I can do it on my own. You know what I mean? I don't need you to push me in the back. Like, oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. I'm not afraid to go out there and take the chance and see where if I fall on my butt, I can get back up. You know what I mean? Like go out and push my own self out there instead of somebody pushing me. Like I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You know what I mean?
I got you. Well, we made it to the end, Pop. Is there any last things? I want you to actually say where people can find your music and where they can find your baking business. So go ahead and tell the folks out there.
Okay, you can find me on YouTube under P.O.P. Sunnydale Projects, and you can find my baking business on Instagram. Let_me_bump_yo_cake. You know what I mean? So it's an open page. I hope you like what you see, you know what I mean? And hey, just try to connect these dots and you know what I mean, it's gonna work, you know what I mean? Let's just put it together, man.
No doubt. Any last things?
Opportunity once again, man.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure and honor for you to come on, man. And hopefully one day your descendants will get a chance to check this out and get to know more about you. And
can you do me a favor though? Once you receive your cupcakes and if you have a guest on, make sure you show your cupcake, like let them know this is actually a real good cupcake. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna save one for sure when I'm recording, so I could like bust it out and do it live on air.
Okay.
I might have to just like I'm gonna have to be disciplined and kind of like wait to eat it. I don't know, man. Maybe I might have to order 2 flavors so I could try one right away and then I could save one.
Speaking of that, that's all on that. Like when you order a dozen, you can order 2 different flavors, but when you order half a dozen, I ask people to make it all one flavor.
I got you. Well, I'm definitely gonna order a dozen. So, man, 44 flavors, bro. Like, it's gonna be hard to choose. But I might have to ask you to like whichever ones you think is like the best sellers. Those are the ones I'd want. You feel me?
Okay.
So let me, from your experience, whichever ones you think people been digging the most, but definitely one of them is gonna be watermelon, cause I gotta try that. I gotta see how that tastes. Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, thank you, Pop. I want to thank the viewers and listeners out there for checking out the episode. Appreciate your time as well. Still trying to figure out the best way for me to end these podcasts, man.